watch this, because watch this.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
How's it? Bring it one more time. How's it?
Yes,
All
man.
right.
Yes, man.
I'm Michael Barnes. If you don't know me, I'm the board president. And it's my pleasure to give you this week's announcements. But first, well, we'll get to that. There's a miracle in our midst, and we'll get to that. Today, remember those who are interested in becoming members of our center. There's an orientation after service today in the sanctuary. It is open to all required if you want to become a member. Our next Sunday is a biggie. We'll be welcoming our new members and committing supporting them on their journey, and we will be saying farewell, only in body, to Reverend Betty Henderson, whom, if you know, is just a little fire plug. She's just so wonderful. And her husband was Dr. Bob, who was very instrumental in making this place what it is today. There will be a luncheon to follow the service in Sibley Hall, and all of us are encouraged to attend and to get to know our new members, say personal goodbyes to Betty, and enjoy the labors of our resident cooks, Jim Holmes and Ms. Nancy Kelly. And I didn't know this was going to happen so soon, but lots of learning opportunities are coming up. Reverend Helen's 5-week class on the 4 agreements, and if you haven't read them, do it. And it's not an easy recipe, but you can make it work. I recommend anybody to read those books and say, oh my gosh, where do I fit in here? A workshop hosted by Reverend Jeannie Mimi Soverns. After the service on May 3rd, we'll explore reclaiming our image and awakening our heart. The cost is $25 and everyone is welcome. Circles and circles and circles. Our service circles are coming together and offer many ways to find out what fits for you to better serve our center. Many hands. Hear it. Many hands make light work of our keeping the center member run and our budget abundant with no payroll. See the circle bulletin board in Sibley Hall and direct questions to Nancy Kelly or Bob Joslin, that guy over there. And I lost my place. There we go. And they'll have more information on what tasks and times are needed for each circle. Interest circles have started, one so far. That is a healing circle facilitated by Sonia Witch, which meets on Thursday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. If you have a desire for something specific and are looking for like-minded individuals to explore it with you, see Nancy Kelly. She will be happy to get it going. And I need to say something about this woman right here. Oh my gosh. She's more than a miracle. Her hands are miracles in themselves, and her mind is full of heaven and full of love, compassion, and beautiful justice. Last, but certainly by no means the least, it's going to be hard for me to do this part. If you ever wondered about the power of affirmative prayer, our own Nina Rochette is here with us today. After undergoing brain surgery last Sunday for a large tumor on the cerebellum, there was at least a dozen of us praying for her, and Tess and I were out in Hawaii and we were updating whenever we could, and this was unfolding, and I thought, how can this be, honey? And we said, it is.
Leave it to Nina to be bored one day after brain surgery.
Amen. Amen. She actually called and said, can I meet you guys in Hawaii? Less than 12 hours after the 8-hour surgery, she woke up and was walking around the unit with an amazing surgery behind her and no significant impairment. The power of prayer, the power of spirit. And I'm so happy to announce that before service, I'm going to do announcements every week. And I get to go and do my fist pump with Jackson. And I am so happy to be back here in town. And the Spirit is showering this place with love. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Well said, Michael. Spirit is indeed in this place. Now, if you want to clap, it goes like this. Well, we have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. Well, we have come with arms wide open. Have gathered here in love. Well, Spirit is in this place. Oh, Spirit is in this place. The Spirit is in, that's right, Spirit is in this place. Shouts of praise, Spirit's in this place. Let's clap some more, shall we? Well, we sing in celebration. We are gathering the words of prayer. Well, we affirm our life is sacred. We declare that peace is here. Well, Spirit is in this place. Yeah. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Raise the room with the shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Well, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof and shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Go ahead.
I don't know how it is that Jackson always picks the exact right song.
It's
Never
amazing
tells
how
us
that
ahead of
worked.
time, but he always picks the exact right song. Because if you had any doubt, that Spirit is in this place, full, strong, positive, fulfilling all of our needs, all of our desires, because it's all based in love. I want to welcome you all here to Central Station. Oh, I guess we went to New York. All right, I want to welcome you all here to Center of Spiritual Living Prescott. And I say that because worldwide there are over 400 centers of spiritual living. And know that when we get together here on Sunday morning, it's not about worshiping necessarily. It's not about maybe all of those conventional ideas that you brought in the door with you. We respect and honor all of those. But what we are about here is helping you learn the spiritual tools that are going to allow you to change your mind and change your life. Because we know that in the abundance of the universe, there is only one. And that one is all of us. So what happens to one happens to all. Good, bad, indifferent. It all works out. But here at the Center for Spiritual Living, we want to welcome those that might be online, because I think we're back online today.
We are back. We are back online.
I've got to have one of our artists take and paint a phoenix for us, because when I think about the Center for Spiritual Living, the phoenix is so representative. You know, oftentimes the fire is a terrible thing, but from the debris, amazing things can happen. And I am so humbled to watch the amazement. That is all of us. You know, Michael was very nice in giving me attaboys and all. But I will tell you that this is a member-run center. And we're going to ask each and every one of you that are members to step up and help out in any area that you have talents in. Because then we can keep this a member-run center and never repeat some of our experiences and our opportunities for learning from the past. Yes, I practiced a long time to figure out how to say that properly. So, a couple of important things that you should know. One, that we are a member-run facility, so that means everything that happens around here happens by members. For instance, our own Bob, and particularly Jim, I don't know where he went, he's probably back in the kitchen, there he is in the back, have been methodically weeding our labyrinth so that it is in tip-top shape, and weeding some of that horrible invasive Japanese whatever it is, so that it doesn't take and scrunch out our beautiful roses that are often, our roses out here in our memorial garden, represent those souls that have passed on and changed their energy into something new and wonderful. Today, we are on the cusp of spring and all of the wonderful thing. Earth Day is upon us, and we think about the idea of growing. Because in thinking about the idea of growing, we can then begin to put it into practice. Now, if you're having a little bit of trouble with practicing, I want to point out a few very special people here today. One of them is going to be Hazel, Mel, and Sharon, who, if you notice, have got purple stoles on. These are our practitioners, and our practitioners are trained to do two very important things for us. One is to teach, and the other is to pray. We have a number of opportunities for that. The first one, of course, is going to be if you find that you are just exuberant and want more of that, or something's a little troubling in the background there for you, and you want a little help with that, these are the people to see after service for a 3-minute miracle. They will get to the gist of it because they have been trained to know the absolute best and highest for each and every one of us. And we value their presence and we value their service. You also can set up individual appointments with them if you got something that might take a little more than 3 minutes, but you would be awfully surprised at how fast Spirit works when we get out of our own way. All right, you've heard wonderful announcements. The board will be meeting very soon, next Sunday actually, after all the festivities. And we want you all to know that this is an open congregation and you are all welcome. There are also board minutes that have now been posted in Sibley Hall. Please take the time to read or get a copy, ask me, or pretty soon we're going to have administrative elves. We've got 4 people that have stepped up and are going to man the office for us, so the office will be open again. We've also had 4 people step up to count the money and make the deposit, so that circle is working again. Wonderful, exciting things. And with that, I want to take and have Sharon come and pray us in with the invocation.
For what I know is we are all gathered here today in love and celebration. And gathered here with us is that one, that spirit, the one being known by so many names, but is the only one who is a part of all there is. And that spirit, that God, that one being is here with us today, celebrating with us, loving us, caring for us, and I know watching over us during this blessed service. I know this is to be so true, and so it's with great joy that I release my word unto the law of that one Spirit, that one God, that one being, knowing that as I do, it is so, and so it is.
So it is. Hey, we're about to do one of my favorite songs written by my friend Darius Lux, if you remember him. He lived out here. He lived up in the trailer park by the horse track for a while. So some serious 5-star living was going on. Anyway, he wrote this next song. And I've told this story before, but I used to do the PowerPoints here, and may again, I don't know, but I did the PowerPoint for the song, I See the Beauty in You. And when I first did that, I put like little pictures of babies and people doing yoga poses and meditating and stuff. Then I was like, that's dumb, that's easy. Oh, a little baby, I see the beauty in you. So I started putting things in that were harder to see the beauty in. Like I would put on one slide there'd be a teenager with purple hair, because that would trigger some people. And then I'd put a policeman on the next one because that would trigger some other people. Then I'd put some people with brown skin in because that would trigger someone else. I was like, let me see if I can make it let's mean it when we say it. I see the beauty in all of you, not just the cute baby and the lady doing yoga, you know what I mean? And so this next song is called Choose Love. And so I'm encouraging all of us, and especially me, to use this song as practice to choose love. And you can dredge up a certain specific scenario where you find it hard to choose love. It's easy for me because I drive on the I-17 regularly, so it's easy for me. But let's sing this together. And the lyric is, if you get nothing else, just join in on the word "choose love" and speak. Please say it out loud, because saying stuff out loud, I've learned, matters. Anyway, it's a Darius Lux song called "Choose Love." So many choices in the world today. Too many things will blow your mind. And if you're needing just a simple truth to see you on your way, remember, choose love. Choose love. choose love, choose love, and keep on shining light. Choose love. Life is a game that we're all free to play. You can hold it down or let it breathe. But if you're looking for a simple song to sing along the way, together choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light. You choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light. Choose love. Well, only love can move the mountain. Only love can lead the way. Love is always forgiveness. So make that choice right here today. And choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light. You choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light. You choose love, you choose love, you choose love, and keep on shining a light. You choose love, you choose love, you choose love, and keep on shining a light. Choose love.
Thank you, Jackson. And here we do choose love. The reading today is the words of Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "Join with the earth and each other to bring new life to the land, to restore the waters, to refresh the air, to renew the forests, to care for the plants, to protect the creatures, to celebrate the seas, to rejoice in the sunlight, to sing the song of the stars, to recall our destiny, to renew our spirits, to reinvigorate our bodies, to recreate the human community, to promote justice and peace, to love our children and love one another, to join together as many and diverse expressions of the one loving mystery for the healing of the earth and the renewal of all life." Let's take a few moments to reflect on those words. And now, if I may ask the candle lighters to come up. The Center for Spiritual Living Prescott, guided by the science of mind, acknowledges the diverse faiths and spiritual traditions that enrich our world. Each belief system offers a distinct understanding of the mysteries of existence and a unique connection with the divine. Lighting these candles symbolizes our collective reverence for the diverse paths that humans take in search of meaning and purpose. In this shared moment, we affirm and celebrate the multiplicity of the human experience. And so we light a candle for Christianity based on teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within. For Islam and its teaching and belief in the one and only God, creator of the heaven and earth. For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God. For Buddhism, the middle path of non-attachment that ends suffering. For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. For the traditions of indigenous people everywhere, and their close and sacred connections to the earth, sky, and waters. For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace. For the goddess traditions, celebrating the power and wisdom of the feminine energies, including nature and nurture. And for the science of mind, a philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it.
Let's say this affirmation together. I am here for God. My purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything I do. The good I seek for myself is what I desire for all people everywhere. This is an Eddie Watkins song. Every morning, the light keeps shining brighter as I wake up to the truth. And every day, I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. Taught in the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago, but now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start new. I'm walking away from the feeling that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from this thinking that led to such confusion. Today is the day I walk away. Well, every day I walk away. Every morning brings brings a new beginning. By grace, another day to be. And I awaken to the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see. Oh, what I saw and the way I was taught, it stopped serving me long ago. So now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us, of yesterday, and letting go. I'm walking away from the feeling that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that led to such confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that led to such confusion. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Yeah, once again, that's an Eddie Watkins song, and if you've ever had to walk away from something that wasn't serving you, right?
Right.
An amazing song from Eddie Watkins.
Probably one of the most difficult things we ever do, and at the same time, we probably gain the most from it. You want to talk about light, and you want to talk about grace, and you want to talk about a living example of all that is available to us. We are incredibly blessed to have Reverend Helen as our speaker today. Through all of the chaos, through all of the madness, and here with us today to celebrate the beautiful light that she is, I give you Reverend Helen Downey.
Aloha. And it may look like I'm going to talk about Hawaii tonight, but I'm not. But I'll tell you in a little while why I'm wearing this. Good morning, happy Earth Day, all these bright sunny faces, stars shining through everybody's eyes and those smiles. It's just such a blessing to be up here and behold that. So thank you for the wonderful gifts that you are to me. I feel your love so tremendously that it humbles me to no end. So thank you. It is my great pleasure to be here with you this morning. I'm delighted to be here. And when I realized Earth Day was coming up, this coming Wednesday, I wanted to honor that and highlight that. And the title for my message became One Spirit, One Life, One, hold on a second, One Earth, intimately interconnected. Michael, I do have this one on. Yes, okay, good. Just in case I want to move. Even though Earth Day is on the 22nd, as you know, our activities here in Prescott have been busy since last Tuesday. And they conclude with a rally at the courthouse this coming Wednesday, which is actually Earth Day, from 5 to 6:30. And they're going to have wonderful speakers and some fabulous music. And that will be the farewell to the official Earth Day celebration for another year. Did any of you happen to make it to any of the festivities yesterday? Wow. I didn't make it either, but I went last year and it was fantastic. So maybe I'm going to go to the Wednesday evening. I figure I've got that on my calendar. I can make that one. But it's just such a wonderful day at the plaza with education and activities and food and fun and friendship and connection and really feeling that unity, as diverse as we are. That's 1% of what we're made up of. Even in our DNA, I hear, it's like only 1% that's a little bit different between all of us, all races. It doesn't matter. But we get out, and when we congeal, when we come together like we do here, it's about love. It's about light. It's about that interconnection. And it's about spirit and that knowing that we are one with all. We were created by an incredible creative energy, a loving God that created every single thing that exists in this realm or other realms that we're not even privy to yet. I don't know how much most of you know about Earth Day. Anybody know more than I did? Because I realized, I know it's Earth Day and we're celebrating the Earth and we find ways that we can help to care for our Mother Earth. Well, I tell you, I learned a lot in this last week of investigating. And I have a confession to make. This is almost like my confessional. I always have something, right? But when I get researching something, it's like I fall in a hole. My mind doesn't stop going, and what about that? And what about this? So I reined myself in, so hopefully we're going to scoot. I'm going to give you some little technical things first about Earth Day itself. Do you have any idea how old Earth Day is? First Earth Day. Got a guess?
56.
Did you look it up? Oh, there you are. Yes, indeed. And the first Earth Day was March 21st on the equinox, and that was in 1970. So the math was easy for me on that too. 70, we did well. And it was later, just a couple of years later, moved to April 22nd for its own reasons, and you can look that up. Not because of anything bad, but just interesting. And so this year indeed marks the 56th year that there have been these Earth Day celebrations. Now going back a little bit, there had been some ideas about, well, first off, think about the 60s. Who was around in the 60s? Was anyone not around in the 60s? Me too. But anyway, they had some ideas about really a desire to organize a day that would bring awareness to the greater population and to gather and to take action and to convince, if that's the right word, pressure legislators to pay attention, to get involved, to do something to start protecting this planet that is our livelihood. It truly is our livelihood. And they, in 1968, in fact, this is a little bit of Arizona history for you, which I wasn't expecting. In 1968, which is sort of the first date that they reference about the ideas for Earth Day, there was, in 68, a group met down in Tucson. And they had students, and they were at the Arizona University, and they met in the, what's the name of that? Chiricahua, is it? Chiricahua National Monument. And they collected their students and professors from the universities to envision, to move, well, take it from the vision and to get some action in the beginning and try to get this celebration of the earth, they called it, a real celebration of the earth and its processes. So that was a start. And then they kind of jump ahead, and there is a gentleman, let me back up. The next year, there was one more piece in here. In 1969, my daughter was born that year. It was a very good year and very complicated. And a very complicated next 50 years. But, An American peace activist and a community organizer who was also a publisher proposed the first Earth Day at the UNESCO conference in San Francisco. I have to tell you, I've known about UNESCO for a long time, but I had to look it up again to remind myself what that acronym was for. Anybody got it to show off and have us applaud you? United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And their task, their goal is to provide security through international peace and security through international cooperation by education, through the sciences, and through culture. So I got re-enamored with the whole UNESCO vision, because what could possibly be wrong with that? Anyway, so they did have this first meeting. He brought it up in 1969. Let me tell you about John McConnell. He was a very religious man, and he felt deeply from his teachings there and in his heart that this earth and all things on it were here for us to steward, for us to care for us to nurture, and keep that life moving forward and moving forward successfully. Others also were fueled by this severe industrial pollution that had just gotten absolutely crazy. And also one big event, which I hadn't thought of probably since that year, but I recalled it, and that was the 1969 Santa Barbara oil spill. And you've got to remember, we're talking about 68, 69, and then eventually that first Earth Day in 1970. The 60s and the 70s, there was a whole lot going on. There was a lot of division. There was a lot of unrest. The colleges were leading the charges for anti-war, even though the government said it's not a war, it's just a military action. Right. The Vietnam War, and also just trying to rein in things and trying to make their voices be heard. And they were bold and brave, just as those that we've seen in more recent years be bold and brave, and at other times in our history. With the grit and determination of a U.S. Senator, Gaylord Nelson, and he was inspired by these events that were going on and this terrible pollution, he decided to start doing these meetings at college campuses. And his concept was to make it not just that one day, at least the way I read it, he was the one who said, we want to establish this to be done every single year. And at that time, they changed it to April 22nd. And that first Earth Day was pretty much focused on the USA, but it did grow and continue to reach out, and actually fast forward 20 years, and a gentleman who had been involved in the very first one in 1970, he came back in to organize and take it globally. And at that time in 1990, it was celebrated by 141 nations around the world. No small change, right? That first Earth Day, the first one in 1970, but the 20 comes in here. That first Earth Day engaged 20 million Americans, leading to the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency, landmark environmental laws, which they just would not deal with before. They just ignored the situations as they kept being exacerbated. And eventually the Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, and Endangered Species Act. And at present, this year, they said more than 11 billion people in 193 countries were going to be participating in this annual Earth Day. And their focus still remains aspects of pollution, taking measure to stop pollution, and to fight climate change. Yes, I think if we've been around long enough, we think there is climate change. And it's nature is having her way with us, and she's kind of in a hurry, it seems like, with these poor issues. So we've been making some strides. I was just going to add, I grew up in the Orange County area in California, And I didn't drive, when I was just a kid, I didn't go into LA much or anything. I mean, our parents would take us on trips, but when I got young, got married, I mean, I was pretty focused actually in Bellflower before we moved to Orange County. But we went up to visit an aunt and uncle up in Oregon, did a road trip. So we went through LA, all the way up the Grapevine, all the way up, had a wonderful time. Coming back, as we were approaching, I don't remember the specific, before we went down into Los Angeles, maybe that's at the end of the Grapevine going back down, and you have this vast expanse overlooking all of the LA areas. We came back, and I saw this layer of gray. And I remember, I literally, it wasn't in the car with me, but I mean, it affected me that way. It was like, how can we breathe? And I had just never been, it was slow and steady. And of course, this was overlooking greater LA, where most of the industry was then. And it was such a shocking thing, though. I'll never forget that. Well, I say that. I had forgotten it until I started reading about this. But it was such a profound image. And so I was someone who was pretty happy when they started doing measures. A lot of companies weren't, but I was pretty happy they were starting to do some measures to help the rest of us out, help us breathe a little better, help our children breathe a little better, help the environment. Because again, we're all one with that. We're all one with every plant. We're all one with every tree and every animal. And the earth, because the earth is alive. So in that interconnectedness, all were suffering at that point. I thought when I looked back at this, just in this quickie little things, these couple little details I'm giving you, when I looked through this massive information, I thought, what a profound and beautiful example of this first gentleman and then the people that came along behind. And they actually did some work together, but I mean, he was the one who started it with Mr. Connell, with UNESCO. But to have this vision, this passion in the heart, this sense of accountability and desire to help and to help correct what was going terribly, terribly wrong. And they got that vision. They were going to have this day, and then the next vision was we're going to have it every single day. And here we are 56 years later. And if that isn't an amazing example of manifestation about just putting it out there, treat and move your feet, make your goal, and open yourself to receive that which you choose to bring into your life. Open your consciousness to that degree that says, I'm worthy of that, I'm ready for that. Thank you, God, I'll take it now. And how's time? I don't know when I started, so I never know the time. Oh, okay, okay, thank you. Just quickly, ways to improve with actions that are more earth-friendly. Has anybody got any suggestions? Recycle. Absolutely, right here. Compost. You're on the list. Compost. Yes. Buy less. Yes. They even talked about clothing swaps and things like that. And pardon me. Reuse, recycle, yeah, perfect. It's a good 3R motto. Pardon? Renewable energy. And also shift energy when we can. If we can go down to the corner, if we can walk or take a bike, then fine, But pay attention, and renewable energy, absolutely. These are things that they reduce the waste. Oh, they even mentioned plastic consumption, and I know many of you have reusable bottles. We try to do that because just that. And I remember ages ago, I had a friend who thought, what difference did it make if you do this and you put this here and you put that? It's not going to make any difference in the bigger scheme of things. And I just looked at him and said, well, I'm one little cog, but if a few million or billion people are doing this, it adds up over time. So I think we've done very well to try to bring those things about and make a difference. And yet still tremendous challenge because we're tremendously overpopulated on this planet. So the very least Mother Nature could expect of us is to do the best we can at managing and still take care of her. You mentioned planting trees. Plant native trees or flowers that flowers that support pollinators in gardens. Remember, those cute little bees are essential to the ecosystem of the globe and to human existence. To human existence, bees. Did you ever see the little special that tells you all the scientific stuff around that? Is it like a documentary? I had a client back in Ashland, Oregon years ago, and one of my 90-somethings loved her to pieces. And she was sharp, and she got this video, and she saw it on the bees, and she was almost hysterical. We have got to do something. She was just in there and doing what she could do. And I did not know at that point how bees were such a critical point. Those little pollinators, they're busy, and they're doing a hell of a job. And we are benefiting from that, and our earth is benefiting from that. So yeah, maybe build a little part of your garden that draws the the pollinators in for a little taste of something good, and then they're continuing that pollination, and they're helping keep us alive. They're keeping our food chain alive. Incredible. Education and advocacy is another big thing. Even whatever is passionate to you, just mention it to a friend, mention it to someone else. If they haven't really saw the logic behind it yet, you can just share your own experience and let them know a little bit about environmental policies. You don't have to quote chapter and verse. Just come from your heart. That's all we ever really need to do, wouldn't you say? Also, they mentioned sustainable choices, sustainable brands, companies that you know are eco-friendly. You know, they've got a dirty dozen list or something, too, they've had for a long, long time at corporate things. And those led to boycotts, which led to also some of this wonderful legislation. Unfortunately, we know that in this time, a lot of this is already being ripped to shreds. I still recycle. Well, Prescott isn't a big spot to recycle, but we do our boxes, don't we, Carolyn? I mean, we do what we can do and pay attention to sources and that type of thing. And I think that if we're all doing that, and if we cannot be too discouraged and realize that we're important, we're powerful, we have a way, and we have things we can do that make a difference, when you really can accept that your body and soul is connected to every living thing. I remember hearing years ago, well, decades ago, and I always laugh and say, you know you're old when you remember things from decades ago instead of just years ago. But we are breathing the same cells that Shakespeare breathed, that Jesus breathed, that Descartes breathed. We are breathing in and out constantly. The earth breathes, we breathe. And those cells just keep on circulating. So we're a part of everyone else. And they're a part of us. We'd probably have a gale time if we saw the list, and there might be some that were going, oh no, not that. But it's the truth of the matter. We are all connected. We are one spirit. We are one world. We are one life. So I just want to tell you that thinking about today, I wore this dress, which normally I wear when I'm doing a Hawaiian talk, but it was because I wanted to feel, I realized I was looking at it and I said, I can be wearing a garden. And I'm loving it. And also, I'm a rainbow person. We got lots of rainbows. And I called our darling Nancy and just said, do you happen to know if someone who has a little blossom or two that's fresh? I have a lot of beautiful artificial flowers, but I just wanted something real. And she put this together and brought this for me today, so thank you. Who knows, maybe I'll attract a little pollinator on the way home. And I didn't even get to Ernest Holmes. So what I'm going to tell you is that he did believe that nature serves as a great teacher and that can heal us and inspire us, and that it is part of the body of God. And I even found scripture which are on the same line. If you are detrimental to the life around you, to the earth, to animals, it's like you're disrespecting the Creator. And you are also part of that Creator, and so is everyone else. So it's so important to take care of our plants, of our animals, of our earth, of ourselves. We need a big concept in the universe, and we need to know that the substance is all there. It's there for us. We are that one life that is working as an expression of God, individualized as us. We are on this great planet as an expression of life, and we can work together for amazing and beautiful things. So I will say, I'm all ready to do a closing treatment, because it's going to be a little poem for you, and then I'll wrap it in a treatment. In our theme today, the last thing I want to remember is just remember that. One spirit, we believe that. One life, we believe that. And we all know we've got one Mother Earth. So let's take care of her as lovingly as she's trying to take care of us, okay? So I'm going to ask you to sit comfortably, close your eyes if you feel like it, otherwise just relax. And I'm going to deliver you a message from a rainbow, and I'll show you too. A message from a rainbow. Advice from a rainbow. Live a colorful life. Be an inspiration. Bring unexpected joy. See beauty in life's curves. Be someone to look up to. Live in the moment. Reflect your true nature. And your true nature is that divine nature which flows through you, the godness, the goodness, the perfection of who you are. That true nature you share with all creation every minute of your life. You are expressing that essence. You are sharing that with someone else. All of creation, everything that we can see and that we can't see, is intimately, importantly interconnected. When we embrace that, feel that, know that, see that, we can see that beauty, diversity, culture, species. We can do better. We can care more. We can nurture more, and we can protect more. And we must. And we can enjoy more as well. We truly are one spirit, one life, one divine mind, one globe. And we say thank you, God, that we have the opportunity to live on this little clunk of mud flying through the universe with so many others. And yet here we are at this point in time, and an important point in time, to keep our voices, to keep our dreams, to keep our intentions, and to speak out, to step up, to share our truth, to help bring us back into harmony, restore that which looks lost, because nothing is lost in mind. Restore, rebuild, renew. We will get through this. We will get through anything that comes up for us to challenge. And Nancy had good words for that earlier in that way. And we know that this too shall pass. God is within us. God will guide us through it. It's just incumbent upon us to claim it, to state it, to see it, not get lost in what's not going right or what's getting broken. Get lost in your dream of what you choose to experience in our earth. So I release that now for each and every one of us into the infinite mind of God, knowing that as we claim it, as we open ourselves up to the beauty and gratitude in receiving it, it shall be done. And I release this into that God mind at this moment with such gratitude. And I ask you to join me with that in saying, and so it is.
Well, we let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the
And as long as we open ourselves and allow ourselves to grow and take the tools that are available, that our wise founder Ernest Holmes offered to us as his gift of a lifetime of study, we too can have all of the things that this beautiful earth has available for us. So at this time, I would like us to do the affirmation that is up on board. Oh, God, thank you so much. You know, I got tagged early this morning. It's like, all right, how does this go again? So at this point in time, I want to call our ushers up. Oh, there it is, right there, financial side. All right. So if I can have our ushers come on up. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living, as I said, we are a member-run organization, which means we don't get any federal grants, we don't get any money from the state, we don't get any money from anybody but us. It's kind of like there's another wonderful program out there that shares a lot of our principles that says we are self-supporting through our own contributions. So if you have the ability to support us with your treasure, that is a wonderful thing. But no, here at the center, we're not just focused on treasure because we know the abundance of the universe is ours. We're going to have a song, I think, while our ushers collect the money. Have I got that correct?
You do have that correct as well, yes.
Wonderful. Okay. So with our blessing, please know that every cent that you put in there is a wonderful thing, and it will certainly be used for the services here at the center.
And so what we're going to do is do the affirmation together now.
Now we can do it?
We are.
I love it when you got that stage manager right there to help you out when you're feeling foolish. All right, together with the sunflower, divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life, and this beautiful planet that we live on.
For sure.
Now it's Jackson's turn?
Yeah, so
Yay!
for those of you who don't know, we often have guest soloists come and perform with us, and I did reach out to a couple people to be soloists, and they couldn't do it because they are all performing in our beloved Sky Conwell's show at the Elks today. So if you want to see Sky and some other people you know, they're doing an Eric Clapton show at the Elks. And you know, after a couple people say they can't do it, I just make the executive decision, then I'm going to be the soloist. You see, that's how we do that. And this is a song I wrote on this piano, and I've said before, I don't really write songs. They just come to me and I'm like, okay, that's done. I don't work on them. I don't like craft them or anything. They just appear and I say, great, I like that. And this was written on this piano when my soloist at the last minute said he couldn't make it. And I think it was Helen it might have been you, Helen, who told the story, and I got it from a children's book called Tales for Little Buddhas, where the kid was like, oh, that was bad luck, and his grandfather said, well, who knows whether it was good luck or bad luck, and then something good happened, and then something bad happened, good and bad, and the point was, you never know what something's going to lead to. So when the soloist told me he quit, or he wasn't going to make it, I thought to myself, well, that's not good. But then I got this song out of it, so I was like, oh, well, that's not so bad then. It goes like this. There's something called reality, but it all depends on what you see. You may be stuck in a traffic jam, but I got time for meditation. You're focused on that one closed door, but I see 500 open or more. have to remind myself of my own words. You hear the kids that are making too much noise, but I hear them laugh and I see their joy. You separate to a world apart, but it's a chance to be young at heart. 'Cause it's not what you're looking at. It's not what you're looking at. If you take your time to change your eyes, you will find it's what you're looking with, the thing you need to find. Well, it's inside your mind, reveals what you see, and then your vision sets you free. Now, of course, the background girls are supposed to be going like this. Shoop, shoop. Shoot, 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 shoot. You're hired. Now, in the old days, when I first started coming here, people definitely had their own seats that they would sit in every week, and they were, in their minds, their own seats. Like, that's my seat. That's what this last verse is about. There's a new person sitting in your seat. It's your new friends you're about to meet. The musician quit, well, that must be wrong. But it's a chance for me to sing this song. 'Cause it's not what you're looking at. It's not what you're looking at. If you take your time to change your eyes, you will find. I said you will find. I said that you will find. It's what you're looking with. Now, Spirit gave me this song right on this piano, but it did not give me an ending.
Forward with your offerings. We have a new little thing that's only going to happen on the third Sunday of the month. And our own Miss Hazel is the one who is working with our ministry part of all of the centers rebuilding right now. And she saw this in another center and said, you know, I'm a board member now. I can bring this and I can get it done. And of course we did, because if Hazel says we're going to do it, we're going to do it. So I need 2 volunteers, and I promise I'm not going to make you do anything silly. Miss Hazel, of course. Come on, I need one more. There we go. Come on up, Jeannie. So the tradition is called the noisy can. Ready? So what we're going to ask you right now is if you have any spare change that you would take and put it in our noisy can on the third Sunday of the month. And everything that goes into that noisy can is going to be put aside specifically for when we have a special event to help offray some of the costs for our special events. So as the noisy can goes around, give it a good shake. Jackson, you got some little traveling music for us there? a good festive feeling in here. Wonderful. And we're trying on some new stuff here. And just like when you go to the store and you're trying on a new outfit and on the hanger it looks absolutely delightful, and then you put it on and you realize, oh, I've still got that same old body. And it doesn't look the way on the hanger that it looks on me in the mirror. So suggestions, really, really important. The other thing that I do want to point out is there is a new bumblebee, speaking of bees, box out there in Sibley Hall, and that is for your board members. There are forms there. Please, 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 we need to hear from you about what you want, what you think, and we will take that to the board. You are also welcome to come to our board meetings because they are not closed. Okay? There are no secrets here at Science for Mind. And it looks like, I see him putting something else in there. How's that gonna rattle? Okay, so if we can have our ushers join our noisy box people. And if you all could join me in knowing that there is abundance in the universe. And as one life, one God, my life today, we know that all of these blessings that have been taken and given to us in trust will be used for the greater good of this center as we grow into the magnificent that is already waiting for us and has been ours to claim all along. And with that, I ask you to anchor this into the law, and so it is. I also have one more quick money thing. Somebody needed change. Miss Nina took and said, oh, somebody needs change, somebody needs change. So I said I would announce it. Please see them, because they've got all the change you could want for that $20 bill. Okay, so now to the fun part. Now, was that heads up or tails? And I don't remember what it means anymore. Do we have any newcomers here today, or people who might be visiting, or people that might be coming back to join us and see what's going on here at this madhouse? Please stand up if you are here. There we go. All right. Well, let's get, who are you and where are you from?
I'm Betsy, and I live in Dewey.
Wonderful. Welcome, Betsy. Welcome, welcome. And if you want to know more, remember those that want to know more about what we're all about and have waited forever to become members, all right? Please, 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 please come and join us after you have a quick snack in Sibley Hall, and we're going to tell you all about it. We got two more people over here. They're hiding in the back corner, but I know how to get there.
Hi, I'm Lena.
Hi, I'm Marlon. We just moved to Prescott.
This is our second time coming to the Center for Spiritual Living,
Right
and
on.
we've really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Woo! And we grow. All right. So what I want to say to our newcomers, welcome, welcome, of course. And we hope that you continue to bring your light and your joy and your abundance to our center here. We also want to offer you a gift from the center. So in our bookstore, I think you're going to see Bev today. I think Bev's manning the bookstore. Please help yourself. There's Bev right there. Please help yourself to a gently loved used book on the right-hand side there as our gift to you. And come on back. We've got a lot of exciting things going on. Okay. Bob, our board member, who is our membership liaison. I know we're running really late. We've got to learn how to cut this down.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone. Last week, our message went all the way to Phoenix to hear Nina. So I want to say, you'd be surprised the power of prayer. Second, I want to thank everyone from the World Wide Web wants to thank you. I had several different thank you requests come because Wednesday was National ASL Day. And because we broadcast, we reach the world, and sometimes we forget that. So I want to say thank you to that. But third of all, today's spotlight is Sonia Widgets. Sonia, to me, is the healer in more ways than one. Sonia came to the center about 8 years ago by way of unity and by way of one of our members who just recently passed, Verl York. Sonia is an artist extraordinaire in more ways than one, but she's also an art therapist. And she worked most of her life with autism and mental health. But one of the things I got to meet Sonia was through a healing process. We connected at a workshop that one of our members, Gary Stewart, did. And when I saw her, I saw healing. She leads a healing circle that a lot of people don't know about, but that power resonates here in this center. She is a past board member, and she's always a fantastic reader. So today I want to say thank you to Sonia.
Take us away, Jackson.
Where am I taking us? Oh, we're going to stand and do the benediction.
Yeah.
Want everyone stand up, grab a hand if you feel comfortable doing that. To remember that we are indeed all one. We're going to say this benediction and then sing ourselves out with some song that I will know what we're singing when I see the slide. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind, my body, and my affairs. I think it, I believe it, I feel it, I know it, I accept it. Thank you, life. Next slide. Ah, there it is. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. We're a family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and